Hello again. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
Beethro Budkin,
I'm Beethro
Smite
Budkin.
Master. I spent
Smite
years
Master.
cleaning out city sewers,
Ew.
cellars,
Gross.
infested basements,
Ah.
you name it.
That's
But
terrible.
after clearing out old
But
King Duggan's dungeon,
what?
I suspected
You weren't
something wrong was
done?
going on beneath.
Oh, I
You
mean,
see, the dungeon was originally 9 floors deep.
that was a lot of floors.
But later,
Who needs
my
a
grandpa
9-floor
Gunther discovered
dungeon?
it had unexpectedly grown to 15 levels. So I decided
That
to get
is
to the bottom of things.
too many.
When I went
And
in,
who
it
needs a
went down
pulley
25
system?
levels deep.
Oh my gosh.
That's when I learned something unexpected, something sinister. It's taking place beneath.
This is your host Pearls doing DROD, the Second Sky. Do I want to watch a few minutes of backstory with spoilers from previous games prior to starting? Hex, yes!
You've trespassed into the Empire's space
It's that lady.
unannounced. There are some
This is
places
from,
for Budkins to be, and this isn't
but-
one of them.
Budkins to be.
We want you to go home.
That's very specific of her to phrase it that way.
I want answers.
Budkins.
Mr. Budkin, here beneath, the Empire concerns itself with grand variety.
So this
of
is the
important
negotiator.
tasks.
What does the Empire want?
Remember her from Journey to
Knowledge of
Rooted Hold?
everything that will, might, or ought to have
The
been.
Empire's all about knowledge.
Why is this dungeon growing in size past its
They also apparently built this
It's
huge
not to
dungeon.
tell you. It's not really a dungeon, by the way. We call them holds.
What's up with that?
I learned from a thing in a pit.
The pit
This
thing.
underground empire was going crazy.
Oh my, I really like this music. This is really
One
good.
that was given to them, and one they gave themselves. They were told to
Those are
collect
nasty
information, but when they
archivists.
listened more deeply to the nothingness told them to collect all.
Uh-oh,
information.
that's a lot of information.
I learned that the Empire was in cahoots with the DAA, and they were using my nephew, Half. You want to hang out with these guys?
Poor Half.
They're evil. They work
He's
for the
just
Empire.
being
They
used,
want
he's
to kill
just
the
a boy.
surfaces.
No, the archivists want to kill the surfacers. The DAA
Can't help it,
works
no
for
one loves him
patronage.
because he's got
The
terrible hair.
patronage is trying to save the surfacers.
Look, Half.
Okay,
Hear a
so
lot of different
Archivist
things
bad,
down here. It's hard
patronage
to make
good.
sense of it. That's why I need to get to
Half
the lowest
probably good.
and talk to who's in charge there.
So many people. We remember this from the city beneath.
Hey, what are you guys doing?
This is the patrons. See, we got a little necktie that says P1. Oh my gosh.
We are patrons. Patrons of surfacers. You, surfacer.
You speak like caveman.
I've spent my lifetime building beneath Dugandy to bring peace and knowledge which only the Empire can provide.
It didn't make much sense at first. Then the
Where am
Patriot
I?
told me
Am I
in
just
his wonky
reflecting
way
in this scene?
that the Empire only extends itself so far.
What is lower than lowest point?
I'm
I learned a terrible secret.
complex
The
analysis?
Empire's
I
base
don't
of
know.
operations was
Negative
vacant.
numbers.
Its top leader, First Watcher, was dead.
No.
one was running things. Someone didn't want anyone
Poor
to realize
First
this.
Watcher.
And more bizarre, I saw the sky through the bottom of a pit.
It doesn't make any sense. This game's just madness.
This is 14th Announcer.
Hi, 14th Announcer.
First Watcher's work in progress. All citizens are ordered not to listen to any
Well, that's just
versus
rude.
they should say.
Where is my
First
freedom of
Watcher
speech?
or lowest point. Now he is in process of attempting
I guess it is an
to
empire. Who's the
information
emperor?
about our
I
illustrious
guess that might be
and his
First Watcher, sort of.
In any event, the Empire was plotting some vast scheme.
In any
They called
event,
the Grand Event.
the grand
They've been
event?
working toward the grand event for generations.
What's the Grand Event?
It's a good
You'll
question.
find out what's happening soon enough. And I do care about my home. That's the reason why I build. I build, or they might not survive.
Well, that's very nice of you, but what?
Elf wouldn't share any secrets, so I decided to learn more from the Empire's Grand Library. Anything else I could do to learn
It's so
about the Grand
grand.
Event?
Have you ever tried going to this
Trying to
library?
read up on
That is an
cutting-edge
awesome
tunnel
beard.
transportation algorithms, analytical kinematics, somnambular tendencies, crowd control, logistics and military operations, gravitational theory, fundamental
Gravitational
tectonics.
theory.
This
I'm so
didn't make much
confused
sense
right now.
either, but I learned a way I could find the real truth.
Magic. Asking mirrors. Genies.
True facts before they do. That's where the vessels come in.
Boats?
No, truth vessels.
Truth
Vessels are
vessels.
another genetic
So this is apparently from Chaco's, or at least the Smite Master selections, finding the first truth.
West of Rooted Hold.
It's First Chemist. He looks weird and scary.
It might take them
This is
days
apparently
to
where,
return.
finding the first truth ended.
No small task.
I think you'll do fine as an interpreter. Go ahead.
Interrogatory matters
What the?
Forced firing.
He's a witch. Burn him! So, he speaks the true tongue or something, and sends the truth vessels off to go find out truth. I do believe the person who does the voice of the truth vessels is Discorin, I think? Which I did his whole Bethos brain, which was terrible. No one liked that hold.
Forced firing.
This weird language of, like, perfect clarification.
One I know the answer to. It's a test Jobus and I came up with.
I forget who Jobus
I
is.
had Jobus ask the first one, what is lower than lowest point? Then the second one was asked the same question, but we
Actually,
added
it just
that we
happened.
would kill the vessel if
Did
he
I
gave
play
us
the
an
game
incorrect answer.
with
Then
Jobus
the third
in it?
one
No,
was
probably
asked
not.
the same question again, but we added that we would kill the vessel if he gave us a correct
We are like 6 minutes into this video and we still haven't played yet. This is like more plot revealing than any of the other games ever.
I'd tell you.
Times
You
100.
have to see it to believe it.
Oh my gosh. So we have... Anyway, this is your host Pearls doing my Let's Play of The Second Sky. I'm going to be doing things a little different this time because I was reasonably, sort of, kind of, maybe, involved in the development process of The Second Sky. I did a little bit of the writing, so I'm going to be talking about things, hopefully in a more revelatory fashion as I sort of play through things. I have not spoiled this game at all for myself. I know some of the locations and how things end up, but I don't know anything about the puzzles. So here we have a nice map selection thingy. That's kind of new. And this looks really pretty. You'll see a lot of this nice style of art. We hired a guy from, I think it was Scale's friend, who did really, really wonderful job. Very happy we found him. So this is kind of cool.
Before chemist was ever a job, there was a rather clandestine sect in the rooted empire called the Alchemists. Or so the dustier of our annals tell us. I say sect as if your chosen function in life, as determined by your VAT recipe, is something other than your chemical makeup. But that raises the question, doesn't it? What came before the first VAT-born? No, I think this is a truth we need to consider. The Empire's entire current structure is hinged upon the brilliance of past individuals who were decidedly not VAT-born. Thus, an observation must be made that calls into question the efficacy of our current system.
First, Chemist Symposium on Strategic Macro Efforts 5348 after... So anyway, this was the very first thing I wrote back in the day when I was like, hey, you want help writing some things? And the Rhymer unwisely said yes. That wasn't very smart. So, I had just finished at the time reading one of my favorite fantasy books at the time, the Malazan Book of the Fallen. And I really liked the way that book presented its information, which was sort of like an archaeologist. He gets little pottery fragments of stuff and has to kind of uncover it. And so each of the opening texts, or most of the opening texts that I wrote, sort of follow this flavor of a little piece of information. And this one, of course, conveys that while the Empire is really, really good, they're all recipes, people who are good at things because they're created to be, but no one knows how the recipes were created to begin with. So it alludes to a more lengthy history.
Grabbing vessels? How long are they going to take to get back?
You ask me that every day.
So apparently, Beethro is looking for truth about what's happening.
First, chemist. I can't wait forever.
You can wait forever.
This empire, it's moving, doing things. Some of them I sort of maybe understand.
No.
And
other motions are hidden from view. Or you are too close to observe.
Exactly. So maybe, right now, there is some batch of new Slayers brewing up.
That would be
or maybe
awesome.
Something even worse.
He just doesn't want the competition for Slayer.
I've been to the vats, and the batches are purely maintenance level, replacements for losses. Security has picked up considerably, and the old Slayer recipe.
So does this mean I get to go a whole game without fighting Slayers? Because that would be wonderful.
We just didn't use the main vats, so the archivists can do it too.
I think there are a lot of things to worry about. Too many.
No kidding.
Well, if there is no answer to something, what good comes from worrying about it?
It just means the problem is like
I'm
stabbing it wrong. When I stab it at the right place, it breaks up.
Ah, you like those violent metaphors involving stabbing and slicing.
Don't forget chopping. Chopping is
Chopping
very important.
is really
Anyhow,
important.
all this time cooped up with nothing but books, I got
You know,
a pretty good handle on
I'm
True
pretty
Tongue.
impressed
Wasted a
that
month.
Beethro
Waited
could
for a
learn
month studying the True Tongue.
the True
For all I
Tongue in a
know,
month. Like,
apples
I
have
couldn't
gone up
learn
and
a new
smashed the
language
eighth
in a
to
month,
pieces.
so Beethro, you're kind of awesome.
A vessel is returning.
Oh, hey, Vessel.
In God Almid 5, Skywise Nortwixt Knots. In God Almid 5, Skywise Nortwixt Knots. In God Almid 5, Skywise Nortwixt Knots.
Yeah, that's funny.
My true tongue is a little shaky. What did they say?
They called it a second sky. I guess that's
Where's
true enough.
the
Huh.
5 come in?
Did you notice? They all took the exact same amount of time to answer.
Sure, because they all said the same thing.
No, I mean the duration from the time you sent them off a month
That was a
ago.
good joke.
They all spent the same amount of time researching the answer. Probably they each used precisely the same method, the same steps.
Truth vessels
and
are
thus
weird.
arrived at the same answer
I mean, how is that
independently.
possible?
That's a theory. They could have just talked to each other before coming in, though. Then again, with that kind of planning, you'd think they'd respond to death threats and just wouldn't come back.
So, are you going to kill the third one?
Nah. Hey there, little buddy. I'm not gonna kill you. Don't worry. You did real good.
You'd need to use the true tongue with him, remember?
Oh, right.
Man,
Smart-wise,
Beethro is
rum's
really
not
smart,
pennant.
because that is a crazy language.
Doesn't seem to care either way. Anyhow, I know what I'm
So,
after next.
truth vessels are
This
soulless
time it should go
machines.
so much faster. We have 322 vessels waiting for delegation.
Wait, some more
Holy
equals...
Buffins. Why didn't we use that many the first time?
Hey, I suggested it. You wanted to run this test first, though.
Does more equal faster?
Test successful.
They all took the same amount of
Now I'll
time.
ask the question. Okay, here goes.
I'm so excited.
For Drandens Pitfold Secundus, course mettled. Drandens Skywise Alvenfort Norfeld. Clavenoft enst Montitudinal. Innovelmently Eraftonal Quince
This is a really...
Oldways Fathen Grindel Myrtle.
I really like that there's this fake language that
Drandens Enevolent.
is meant to be clear, but
Maxon?
you can sort of get, like, the
What did you
flavor
You
of
got me thinking. There are a lot of things to worry about.
what it's
So I
saying,
asked
kind
him,
of.
What should I be worried about most?
Oh,
See, now
clever.
that's...
I like it.
That's a really subjective question. Oh, hey! It's classic Russian guard. I like how he shakes. That's funny.
It's no longer safe here. First things first. I need to close that blue security gate to keep them out.
Okay.
I need to head north and clear out the rooms.
I'm
there
12
at
minutes
Maxwell's.
in. Maybe I can start playing now. Go north. Don't tell me what to do, game. You know what I'm going to do? Go south. Blue security gate in blue
I'm gonna
security
have to clear
letters.
this floor of monsters before the blue gates will toggle.
Fine. Telling you, this game just drives me down a hallway. Alright, so it's fun to see like some of the edits I made to the original script that Eric wrote a million years ago sort of like come to just neat. I don't know. It was my first time doing something like this and I had a lot of fun with it. And I'll try to like comment on little things that I had fun with that I specifically
As you
remember.
Can see, all of the
Ooh.
truth vessels are now actively applied to your question.
That's a cool little overlay. So now we have chapters to describe the story, and the truth vessels are all learning stuff because they got to read because they just don't know right away.
Fellow citizen, smite the dungeon roach to open the green.
I feel
security
like you
gate.
shouldn't
Strike
be
the
on
orb
my
with your
side.
sword to open the yellow. Excellent.
Hey, this looks eerily familiar to an early King Dugan
Pressure
dungeon.
plates can open and close yellow doors too. Think of a way to reopen the door.
So here we can just open the things.
Now smite that roach.
I can go.
Keep your. Hey, I guess you know what you're doing.
I
What are you doing
did an
here?
achievement.
We received a report that there's activity in this area. Automatic staffing protocols are in effect. My job is mostly to just hang out here and watch.
Beethro, some vessels will be tracking your whereabouts, so feel free to go wherever you want. A vessel will find you when an answer is ready.
Great. Once I close that security gate, I'm going to Dugandi. I need to warn home about the Empire's grand event.
Whatever that may be.
I'll know what to warn them about by the time I get there. That'd be nice.
So I'm going to leave the music on pretty softly, just sort of have some sort of like background texture. We'll see if it works out. I may change my mind later. But this is old classic King Dugan's or maybe Journey to Rooted Hold music. It's pretty old. It's been around a long time.
Psst. Hey, come over here.
Okay.
You know things can't go against the Force arrows, right?
Nope, I'm
That means you're not
superstitious.
stuck here with me.
Okay.
Once that starts weirding you out, you can press restart to rewind the game back to when you stepped on the checkpoint.
And that starts weirding me out, huh? Hey, buddy. What's up? What's going on? What you reading? Got a calendar there? Do you like it? How's it going? You have such pretty hair. Let me touch it. Just let me touch it. Alright, fine. Apparently unlimited undo is still a thing, or it got introduced in this, so here we go. I'm just gonna undo all of that and pretend it didn't happen. Go into the...
Interesting in here, and it's no time to be napping.
Nothing? Aww. Guide the roaches, look at the tutorial level, go! Smack! And this one I gotta do one of these crazy dances. Smack! I win! Do. Okay. Back swipe. I'm going to go all the way around for this one. No sweat. Watch for traps. Don't tell me what to do. Okay, so this is... Apparently my first move is... Okay, I don't want to move the roach down, so I'm going to move the roach up. And I don't want him... Where do I want him to be? Probably not here. Probably, because, yeah, he'll get... yeah, there's no way. I need to get him, like... somewhere else. We'll figure it out later. He definitely wants to be down here. Okay, so I think this is a good spot for him. Okay. I can smack my crumbly orb. Okay. Get you stuck up here, I guess?
Now I can get to that roach.
Look at that. Confirmation. That's what I need in a game. You're doing so good, Pearls. Smack. Oh, wait. Oh, there's a couple down here. I didn't even notice. Oops. Let's try this like this. Haha! Can I get up here at all? Yes, but no. Looks pretty blocked off. Maybe a cave-in of some kind? Ooh, choose your entrance. So this is what happened here? Can I stop that? Okay, so then they all just, yeah, lock themselves in. Alright, good to know. Alright, so where would I want to start in order to make this work? And what's this about? This is kind of bizarre. Okay, if I step here, this keeps... Alright. Now that's interesting. Hold on. I actually want them all to not get out in order to get to the lower room. That's like a... I remember them talking about like making secrets a little harder to get to. Like you have to do something clever other than find a crumbly wall. But that's just kind of neat. Alright, so let's leave him alive and think about where they all need to stand in order to make this work. Okay, so he's actually going to get out. But I think I can lure him back around in order to sort of pull this off. There we go. Ah, alright, secret. Hopefully. Maybe it's actually required, who knows. Nope, totally a secret room. Oh, this is like that last room, but what's different? This looks the same. This looks the same. Oh, there is not a little tile here. Which means I'm probably going to have to use... Let's back up here. Let's just hang out for a second and use this other roach to help me. There we go. Easy peasy. Oops. Ha! This is like such weird music. It's I don't know, I actually associate it pretty pleasantly, even though like it's probably technically not super amazing or something. Alright, so how did I get all these out before? It's very classic DROD. So there we go, this is what I wanted. Okay, moving right along. This is actually a very nice opening starting area. I felt some of the starting areas of the city beneath were very challenging. But that's okay. This is
like my way's blocked by a cave-in. Luckily, there's a tunnel I can use by that green door over there.
This is a GIF? What's happening here? Because this is awesome. I really like this. Huh. either way, that's really cool. If anyone saw my last Schick video, I wonder if he's taking advantage of the same technology that showed his Batman and Robin clip that makes this gear spin. Okay, so what's happening here? What did Beathrow say? Ah, tunnel by the green door. Okay, so this opens that thing. This opens that thing. This opens that. Okay, so I'm gonna hit this and then hit this. Oh, I had to keep them there. Oh, that works. Yay. Okay, perfect. Just leave now. Okay, this teaches about the very interesting behavior, or sort of behavior of, well, it doesn't teach it, but you can kind of infer it about vertical preference, where if I take my turn and step down into these two squares, the roach takes its turn, and on the corner of my sword decides, I have two equally likely moves, but I will prefer to go south. Or that's called vertical preference. If there's any new viewers, and there we go. Hopefully this sets him free, and it does.
I better be careful about how I handle things here.
No sweat. Not too bad. Oops, the tunnel, right. Back swipe. Okay. Uh-oh, things are getting in place. I'm assuming I'm going to have to back swipe, so I'm going to stand just, yep.
Why can't you turn your sword
Who are
and
you?
move at the same time?
Oh.
I'm a simple man with simple tactics. Don't do too
You're the
many
critic.
things at once. It gets confusing.
So, if I remember right, she's going to be a recurring character of fun and pleasantries. Yes. This music, I tell you what, though. So I don't want this to happen. I do want that to happen, but I don't want him to do this. So he's going to get caught up here while I move all the way around here. There we go. Now I can go up here and stab some things with my... Yeah, I want him out of there for sure. Oh, good. This opened up these. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Alright. No sweat. I got this place on lock.
First Slayer is hiding out here. When we get the signal,
That's me.
I'll open this door
Oh.
and we'll attack. He's trapped.
Don't
We've
think...
blocked off
Oh,
all
yeah.
other exits.
I must have
The
pushed the
only
plot
other
along
way
too
out
fast.
would be right through our barracks. When we're done here, we'll head south towards Dugandy.
Dugandy!
I better stop them from getting in. I must close the blue security gates by clearing all the rooms on this floor of roaches. Then we'll be safe here. Wonder what's going on over in Dugandy. Once done here, I'll go there while I wait for answers from the truth vessels.
Sounds fair, but now I have to fight through a barracks apparently, so now I can...
Hang on. This way's blocked off now. We'll have to wait for orders to go around the long way.
Alright then, so I have completed the floor. And apparently I need to fight through a barracks worth of guards. And that sounds like fun. So I'm going to walk back to the entrance now. I have completed the older holding vats. We've learned a lot of plot things. Beathrow's figuring out what the grand event is by working with First Chemist to create truth vessels to sort of figure stuff out. Truth vessels all have some interesting properties to them that no one understands, least of all truth vessels. And alright. Keep my eye out for crumbly walls, but I don't see any right now. But that doesn't mean they're not there. I'm just kind of not.
Hey,
no,
come over
you leave me
here.
alone. You're weird. It smells funny. Oh wait, what's this? Oh hey, that's just a lot of vats. Are any of them like weird and different? I don't think so. Truth vessels doing truth vessely things. Oh, that's closed now. Guess I didn't notice. This is open.
Wait, Beathrow. You don't
Yes,
want
First
to go
Chemist.
that way. It leads straight back to the Imperial Guard's training barracks.
Imperial Guard, is this Warhammer 40k?
I don't think we have much of a choice if I want to get to Dugandy.
Yeah, alright. Going on my way.
Onward to Dugandy.
No, ooh, are those lighting effects new? Because that is pretty. Maybe they're not, I don't know. It's very nice. These must be our new overhead things. Yep, they are. Ooh, overhead stuff. DROD gets a little better. It's amazing that this game still runs without any sorts of graphics driver. It's like 100% on your CPU, I think. Like no OpenGL, nothing. Just 100% efficiently, or mostly efficiently optimized code. How neat is that? Alright. Choose a destination. I have completed the older holding paths and I've moved on to... This is apparently locked. The training hall.
We wildly excel at the accumulation
I wrote this too.
As is our purpose. But very rarely do we ever create something new entirely that isn't a consequence of said accumulation. While the obvious etymological predecessor, those alchemists were entirely unlike our current chemists. We create by deviating very slightly.
I like how they use the same voice because this is first chemist.
Process, as per
Mentor did a really good job reading this.
Chemistry and genetics, in order to experimentally discover optimization of our recipes. While this has proven effective, the alchemists created the first recipes, from which stems the entirety of our current chemical knowledge. From nothing. From no foundation at all. What we accomplish is science. What they accomplished can only be called magic.
So, this is, yeah, kind of a reverence towards our forefathers. This is like, you know, we think about like mathematics and how advanced it is, but like someone at the beginning came up with this, like Archimedes and some of his things, and Pythagoreans and Euclid, and like read Euclid's Elements sometimes. It's like mind-blowingly good in terms of what they were able to think of, and like we don't just come up with stuff like that anymore. And they're at the beginning, like we consider it rudimentary there, but someone didn't have that to begin with. These really like powerful concepts. And I think about this like working in corporate America. I work for a solar panel company, and you know, someone came up with these original ideas on how like thin film technology should work, and we just improve mildly on it with new and newer tech. And we're doing really cool stuff, don't get me wrong, but it's like, man, someone came up with that original idea to capture the sun and turn it into electricity using metals. Like brilliant people, and I sort of wanted to like capture that. The Empire is this great and big and sort of metaphorical corporation that's just keeps going and running because everyone has little jobs, but no one quite sees how it all works together or who started it from nothing at all. And I don't know. It's sort of an appreciation of the standing on the shoulders of giants. So I'm going to stop this video here. We will get working on the training hall in my next video. Let me know what you think about the music, if it's too loud, too soft, whatever. I'm pretty sure it's really soft. In my headphones it's really loud, I can barely hear myself, but when it comes off in the recording, my mic has a tendency to be quiet. So hopefully it's not too bad. Let me know what you think. Do you like this format? Would you rather me talk more or less about plot things, since I did do quite a bit of the writing on this game, for better or for worse? Let me know. Till then, this has been your host Pearls doing The Second Sky. Finally, a year later, I figure that's a good enough waiting period. There's a lot of good LPs out there already have done this, but you know what? I want my shot too, because I have not actually played this game that I worked reasonably hard on. So hopefully we'll see how it goes. Until then, bye-bye.